Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time is, and welcome to a setting for Montreal by night. As tonight, Henry Mortier is in the dark cathedral, studying the walls, every little artistic detail that is dark to some, but its beauty is still there, something that he certainly can't deny. And so he is studying this beauty, something that he may want to add to his works. And so he will simply be standing there, carefully watching his surroundings.
As Remy takes in the grand marvel of the Black Cathedral, a monument to the Sabbat sins, there is a slightly ticked off man on a phone. Remy recognizes this man as Giles Clark, fellow La Sombra, a man who he met upon his arrival to the city. He is also aware that he himself is a new arrival. As he begins to enter, you can hear him kind of threatening someone over the phone. It's not pleasant, at least not if you're someone on perhaps Humanitas. No. It's such mean-spirited words are not for people of such soft hearts. But Giles himself appears to be furiously scolding this individual over the phone before eventually just shutting off, slamming into his pocket.
He'll smile, bow as Canaanites do. Ah, Mr. Clark. A pleasure to meet you again.
He takes a moment to look at you, seems to replace himself. He doesn't look any more happy than he was a minute ago. He still seems a bit pissed off about the guy over the phone. Yes, brother, a pleasure to see you again. What brings you to the glorious Black Cathedral this evening?
Despite our Dark Father, the mere beauty of this place attracts me. Something that, as an artist, I may want to represent one day.
An artist, interesting. In which case, I would suggest you correspond perhaps with some of the few toreador within this city. I'm sure some can be found somewhere, perhaps. Tismisi, I actually know one myself, although he's more of a historian. I myself find the symbology of this place more appealing than its aesthetic, but each their own.
I shall look around.
The two gentlemen will notice a very young-looking, fairly young woman. She seems to be walking around with two bags on her shoulder and just checking out the place, essentially. Just looking around. It looks as though she's the guards that are there, the honor guard. She's about to ask one of them something, but she decides against it. Just keeps to herself and just looks around.
Yeah, and he'll just say, "Yeah, I can't think of anything about this place that is not appealing." It's spiritual and it's beautiful. It's somewhere I really enjoy being. And then he'll look at the woman that seems to be walking around and will simply smile and nod his head.
She's not looking at you. She doesn't see it. She's looking at the walls and some of the architecture and, well, the displays, shall we say.
He might approach slowly. As I was saying, this place is of outstanding beauty, is it not? And as he'll walk towards her.
She turns her head.
She what?
Yeah. She turns her head, just looks at you.
And he'll smile. Rémi Mortier. And he'll bow.
Natalia, she just says. And she just gives him like a salute with her hand. With her hand, just, nice to meet you. Well, she looks around. That is quite a thing to behold. But, well, I'm quite young, so I haven't seen too much. But it is quite beautiful. Quite exquisite, to be honest. She looks around again. She seems distracted somehow by this place, maybe.
Experience you do not have is experience you can gain.
I suppose that's true. But, well, I don't know. It would take me a couple of days to take in this place. Sorry, sorry. What's your name again? Sorry, forgot. I didn't hear it, to be honest.
Oh, I'm Rémi Mortier.
Remy. So French.
He'll smile. Yes.
I will. Well, hello, Natalia. So yeah, I'm new, I suppose you could say.
I am a recent addition to this city as well.
All right.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, that's good.
He said, I'm a recent addition to the city too. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Um, she just nods at you and just yeah, you're one of the person, that have you spoken to the widows or whatever they're called?
No, I have not yet spoken to many people. The one I see most is my sire. Sorry, I have had his name. Manuel Villalobos, if you've heard of him.
No.
It'd be intelligence, Camarillo, Sabatlo.
Um, Regardless of what she knows exactly who it is, but she says, I haven't heard of him.
He might try to see if that's true, but so.
She seems utterly disinterested.
He'll try to see if that's true. If you want to roll manipulation subterfuge, but he's not that good with empathy. So, ooh, but he does. Is she trying to hide the fact that she does know him or not?
No, she's not really hiding it.
Okay.
She's just like, I don't
So
care.
he'll just. Mm,
She seems somewhat not giving a shit.
he'll ignore that and he'll say, "So when did you arrive in Montreal?"
Last night.
Well, I've been here a little longer, so welcome to this city.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good. Um, so do you know something about this? Um, I heard there is a crusade forming. And, well, this is a staging area, one of the bastions of well, our army. So, and I'm very young myself, so but it might be a good place to prove oneself. Have you heard anything about the preparations or anything else?
I'm afraid to say that I have not heard much yet. I am still to meet, well, most Canite in this city.
Natalia looks over to Mr. Giles.
And he'll
He's
look to Mr. Giles too. Well, Mr. Clark.
I guess he's standing a bit away.
Yeah.
Natalia just looks to him,
That's
sitting there
fine.
watching, and just said, "Who's the suit?"
Why does everyone keep calling him Giles? It's Giles, damn it. Giles, why is everyone so mean? He begins walking over when he's been pointed out.
Yeah, he hasn't necessarily been pointed out, but she's just asking who is the suit.
I mean, this place echoes like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
She still asks.
He's approaching now.
Hello, Frenchie. Who is he? Okay, fair enough. She goes past him, and goes over to Mr. Clark and just puts out a hand. And then she doesn't even put out a hand. She just says, "Hello, who are you?"
Giles Clark of Clan La Sombra.
Oh,
A pleasure.
yeah. Natalia, you're one of the new La Sombra with this guy? She points.
We both arrived on the same night, yes.
All right, good. Yeah, I was told by the widows that there were a couple of new arrivals that were looking to form a pack or something in preparation for the the crusade that is forming or something. Is that you?
Myself and some others have coordinated to begin forming a pack, yes. You seem quite direct. Have you come here with the same goal in mind to take part in this crusade?
Yeah. Oh, whatever way I can. Besides, there's quite a lot of Camarilla assholes that really just piss me off in more ways than one. So, I don't know. Coming to a place like this where the fight is organized a lot better and, can really pack a punch. I would like to be a part of it. All for the glory of, for the big man, our Dark Father.
Yes. If I may ask, how much do you currently know on the situation in Quebec City?
Nothing. But I can find out quite a few things quite fast. I'm a quick learner, so.
There was a scouting party sent over to Gangrel, to my knowledge, but they have not returned, so I'm beginning But what we currently know is that the clan that has the most control in Quebec City would be, unfortunately, of the Tremere. I believe the prince himself is actually a Tremere, a rarity in the sect, if I recall correctly.
No,
Most
I'm
are
beginning to
then
see.
true.
I'm beginning to see why that would be a target then.
Yes, we're currently making preparations. Each pack accruing, well, making its own sort of preparation depending on their specialty. Until the Archbishop officially declares it, however, we are free to do as we will.
Okay, that sounds good.
So who is in this pact you're looking to create, if I may ask?
The pack has not been officially formed yet. But the ones that would be part of it would be Brother Samuel's, a lawkeeper of sorts, a member of the Orthodoxy, if I'm correct, and Zubida, and I can't remember her clan in character, but he'll give it out of. Sorry, I can't remember it out of character. I'll give it in character. Sorry. Particularly, well, fortified woman, if I may say so.
Was
Like
that
you, I believe.
was that kind of a joke about her weight or something? No, just asking.
No, it's a testament to her power.
Oh, okay.
A measure of respect, not a joke, but regardless. Actually, I believe she lives somewhere near the cathedral. I can't remember off the top of my head where she lives. I know she was looking for accommodation, official accommodation. There's also a panda by the name of Kolya, who we're going to correspond with regarding this pack, but we have not spoken with him yet. He lives with the widows as of right now.
Yeah, they mentioned him.
Yeah, a technical specialist.
Also from my neck of the woods.
You too?
He'll say
Well,
yes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you could probably guess from my accent. That panda guy is apparently also from Russia, as far as I know.
I wouldn't know. He never told me.
Oh well.
But yes, he seems to have made some sort of deal with them.
Well, I have met the panda, but the two others you speak of, I will look forward to meeting them.
Yes, they're very astute and wise individuals.
So is there a meeting down here or somewhere else?
We'll be setting up a meeting later on in the coming nights. I'll need to have a quick chat with them. If you want to join, and they'll obviously want to meet you first.
Okay. Do you have a phone or a mail or something?
He just hands you some sort of business card because he's a suit, so of course he has fucking business cards on his person.
Yeah, she grunts
Yeah.
or frowns a bit. She just looks at it, and just a bit reluctantly puts it in her pocket.
It's simpler to just have it on my person
Yeah, a
rather
bit.
than just writing on a piece of scrap paper all the time. But yes, we're going to be a pack that'll be more of a less of a frontline group, more of a support pack. We're going to be hitting out to Quebec City's influences from both here and within the city. At least that is the goal.
Well, no battle plan survives contact with the enemy, but it's a start.
My main goal right now, perhaps I should say the main goal of the pack, is to begin pinpointing areas that are under the control of the Camarilla within the city and key figures within it. Right now we have little information which doesn't give us much to attack.
Well, I might be able to help in one or more ways. I need to meet this panda first, but hey, if you need some help with getting info before going in for him, let me know. I might be able to find something for you.
I appreciate that. I'm looking to see if perhaps I might be able to set up a temporary haven within Quebec City and telecommute. I don't really want to be in the city for any amount of time, considering the type of kindred canites that run it. He doesn't say kindred or anything to that effect. That's just me role playing badly.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the Tremere. Not you look at her hands. She's wearing like biker gloves, and you can never be too careful. These sons of bitches, can do some fairly fucked up shit.
I've witnessed strange things from them, and they have many means of keeping an eye over who enters and leaves the city. My hope is that I may be able to drive in and out without being detected by simply residing within the city for short periods of time only. To do as my business dictates and then leaving before I am spotted. I think I should be able to avoid detection as long as I remain away from the rack within the city.
Well, if you think of it, you could also maybe you could have a body double or something.
Yes.
If there are one or two or three of you, other than you, running around, it would be a lot harder to trace you, I think. Then again, I do not know exactly how the Tremere would do it. But what I'm quite sure of, if they can track you and if they have beat on your blood, you're pretty much fucked. So.
I will have a Dismisi in my pack. In fact, I was perhaps thinking of a plan where we may be able to acquire a canine from that city and have one of us masquerade as him temporarily. It would give us an in.
Well, there might be a plan.
We're still on the planning stage, so any and all suggestions are welcome.
The more you know, the better you can attack your enemies, especially when that particular clan is in charge. Always have to keep an eye on the Tremere. Well, Menhiosmal, always have to keep an eye on anyone. Always have to keep two eyes on it, Mayor.
Well, I will just, for the moment, just keep my very good distance between me and them. I think that will work for me at least in the beginning.
Speaking on matters perhaps more internal, have you heard of the situation we have in the city right now?
Oh,
Regarding,
well, locally there's a curfew in part of the city, but I think what you're referring to is the HIV thing, right?
yes, you're well informed.
Well, we hear things.
Hmm.
I don't know. It sounds fishy to me.
Hmm.
By the way that it was spoken about, it almost seemed as what's not just someone who is suddenly, not using rubbers when they fuck, but it was more or less deliberately planted. Like there was suddenly quite a few, more than one or two kindred who were suddenly infected and then spread it very, very, very fast. It seemed planted by what I've heard, but then again, that is what I heard.
Yes, right now the evidence seems to point towards a very specific lineage of Arcavian antitribute.
And he's hiding?
Yes, but the areas that they have spread the virus in are very localized. There is a discernible pattern of activity that we can track. My goal is to head down there in the coming nights and make a search. It's something I want to sort out before making official plans to deal with Quebec City. I want our house in order before trying to demolish another.
Makes sense. All right. Do you she looks to should probably have things with name on it because I've already forgotten your name again. What is your
Me?
character's? Yeah,
Remy Mortier.
Mattia, do you have a number or email or something?
Yes, and he'll give her his number.
She'll note it down in a notebook. Just nods, puts it in. Just all right. Have a good evening and all that. I'll be in touch, and she will begin to leave.
Before that, she's carrying two bags, right?
Yes.
Okay. Before she turns around, there's a hand placed on her shoulder.
She just looks at the hand, looks at you.
I noticed with your bags and being a new arrival, you're not looking for new accommodation yourself, are you?
As far as I know, I can sleep here. I tend to do that for the moment, but
Oh. Oh, that's fine. I was just going to suggest if you
her
were.
eyes narrow a bit. Looks at you. Just didn't say anything. She just looks at you.
Yeah, that's fine. He doesn't appear too phased by this. He appears generally emotionally very, very neutral, very balanced.
She's about to say something, but she doesn't.
Okay. Well, he takes the hand off when she looks at him because it's done its job. I was just going to say a lot of my fellow brothers and sisters here have not discovered a haven of your own. I was just going to say if you find yourself in dire need of a
And
place
there
to
it
rest before the
is.
sunrise.
I can sleep at your place. I guess that's what you're saying.
Most of that are free to use it as they will. Of course, all I ask is that they leave it in good condition.
You'll just hear like, She mumbles a bit to herself. She says, "Sure. Is it a known address, or is it like a secret thing, or what?"
It rests within an apartment complex. It's no great secret. Although with my recent arrival, I doubt most of my brothers and sisters here would know much about it yet.
All right. She'll get the address.
I'm hoping once the pack is formed, it may be our main place of residence, considering so few of us seem to have a haven of our own.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll see you. You'll see you guys around, and then she will begin to head off.
Remy will nod, probably having gotten back to admiring the surroundings. I know. If you want, we can end the scene there because I'll probably have to. Yeah. So I have to get to bed. So.
All right. With that, a scene in Montreal venue is over. Thank you very much for playing and other stuff. Good night.
Yay!